Hey guys, the Langbanger here. This is part 3 of my ban list prediction slash wish list video for March of 2013. Now, this video, I'm going to talk about all the cards that I would like to see go to 1 per deck. So, before you guys either get all excited or start crying and whining, please watch all the videos that I put up so far. I put up the semi-limited and unrestricted, and then the banned one is going to go up sometime later this week. So please look at everything overall and then comment and let me know if I didn't hit a deck enough, if I should have hit a deck more, and so on and so forth. Now, everything I'm about to tell you is my opinion. If you guys feel differently on something, feel free to leave a comment down below, and we can have a debate go back and forth, I suppose. So, starting off, I have ARCHLORD KRISTYA. People may cry about this just because people are wondering, well, why are you hitting agents for? But I have said in one of my past videos in this segment that if you leave a deck untouched and you touch all of the problem decks that are out there, that deck is then going to be really powerful. Now, agents, really solid deck. And if you hit all the big decks out there and leave agents alone, agents, they're going to be there. I mean, they're going to be a really powerful deck. It's already kind of hard to beat the deck at times. I mean, I'm not saying it's a problem right now. Don't get me wrong. Don't, get this all twisted up. But, if you hit all of the tier 1 decks in some way, agents, just being untouched, I just feel like that's a death penalty. So that's why I decided to do that. The next one, I might get a lot of heat for this one too. Rescue Rabbit. Now, the reason I put Rabbit to 1 is mainly because of the OCG. Everyone is using Rabbit or Verse over there, so I honestly feel like Rabbit will get hit in some way. If they don't hit Rabbit, then I feel like they may go after one of the exceeds. But, there's a whole different, plethora of ways that you can look at a deck that uses Rabbit. You could say, okay, well, let's just go right at the source, hit Rabbit. That's what I did. You can also go ahead and do something to the exceed monsters that come out. I don't think that's right because you're kind of forced to use normal monsters, but it's a matter of, like, when Rabbit goes off, it's absolutely insane, and the OCG, they just keep finding ways to use this card, and I imagine it's just going to keep increasing as time goes by. If they don't put Rabbit to 1, I could see them doing something like Logia to 1. That's really the only exceed I could see. Now, bear in mind, I don't believe we're going to be getting all the Verse stuff anytime soon, so maybe they'll wait a whole nother ban list, so we'll have that for the summer, or fall, I'm sorry, September. So, I don't know, time will tell on that. The next card, Snow. Same thing as Agents. If you don't hit the deck, it's going to be a huge problem. Now, the big difference is the deck was exactly the same as it was last format, but the thing was, they hit all the other decks. They left this deck unfazed, but I would say pretty much like right now, because there's so many decks that can use Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos, that's like Rabbit, Wind-Ups, there might be a few other ones. That's why you're not seeing this deck. But if a whole deck start to pop up to where they absolutely need the graveyard, I can totally see this deck being just, one of the big decks. I mean, if not the biggest, because it has something that no other deck has. It has draw power, it has search power, which is Snow, and I mean, the deck can just do things that other decks cannot. It's just a matter of they get raped pretty hardcore on people side decking. So, I feel like they should have hit Dark World in some way, some format. It's been a couple of formats since they released Snow and Grapha, but I feel like this is a decent move. Another move I could see happening, you could swap out Snow for Grapho, but I feel like that would totally kill off the deck. Now, it's not my purpose to totally kill off a deck. I want to make all decks even on the playing field, so, well, at least, you know, get as close as I can. And then with that, then, you know, we'll see who truly is the best. But if you have all these decks that can just do absurd things and other decks cannot, it's just not healthy for the game. The next card, Rekindling. Now, this is a pre-hit because we are going to have Lavels at some point. This card will be a problem when that deck's out. Now, I'm not saying the deck's going to, like, top in huge numbers. I mean, it very well could, very well couldn't. But the fact of the matter is, this card is absolutely insane. I mean, just think about it. You can summon 1 to 5 guys, depending on what all you have in your graveyard. Just off one card. That's just totally unneeded for the game, and I feel like the card should go to 1. The next card is Salvage. Now, I can tell you, in case you didn't see my previous video, I put Genix Undying to 2. Now I'm putting Salvage to 1. I feel like those 2 moves are enough to touch Mermails. Now, I'm going to mention this again. Mention this in my last video. And what it is they're not going to touch anything out of Abyss Rousing. At least that's my opinion. I can't recall any time to where they hit a card that was like fairly new, and I'm talking like a set, maybe 2 sets back. So you're not going to see Megalo and Abyss Sphere go. So I feel like Salvage and Undyne were the correct hits. You could maybe hit Diva, but there's some people that don't even max out on Diva. Some people only use 1, so I feel like that wasn't the right move. So I'd say I feel pretty strong that, you know, this move is going to happen. They might even do Genix Undyne to 1 and Salvage to 2. Maybe they'll swap my 2 moves around, but, you know, we'll see on that. The next card is 6 Samurai United. Now, I do want to state that, I know I seem like a broken record saying stuff over and over, but please watch all my videos before going nuts. Now, I didn't do my banned section video yet, but the thing of it is, I think the most cards that they've ever banned in a format was 4 cards. So with that being said, we have Samurais coming out. They can do some insane loops because of Emerald, Chain, and the one Verse dude, I believe. So I don't think that they're going to simply ban a card from Samurais, but they do have to do something to it. Does Gateway need ban? Sure, but I was going with my theory of, okay, maybe they'll ban 3 or 4 cards, and I don't think Gateway's in the top 5 cards that need to be banned right now. Is it absolutely insane? You betcha. I'm not trying to stack up for the card at all. I just feel like, you know, with how many formats we've had Gateway, ever since it came out, I believe Stardust Overdrive, the card has not been banned. I have no idea how that's happened, but yeah, that's my reasoning on that. They can just do infinite counters on, or Bushido counters, so I just feel like you have to hit something there. If you don't hit Gateway, it has to be Samurai United. Hitting Dojo doesn't really make any sense, so, you know, I'm going to the problem there. The next card is Wind Up Factory. Plain and simple, this card absolutely needs to go to 1. Why is that? Black Whirlwind is at 1. Wind Up Factory, the same effect, but this card's at 3. Now, if you play against a wind-up deck, if they don't open up Shark Magician, which does happen a lot, they have to rely on doing some other plays. Now, Factory Tour Guide, Factory Rabbit, just to get things rolling. So it may take a few turns for them to set up, but if they do open up well, then this card's just a death sentence. You may as well just scoop up your cards and call it a day. I mean, they can even be down in advantage, and they can just get right back up because, you know, they can activate it during any turn. And what I mean by that is the rabbit. So, you know, essentially you could get 2 searches out of 1 full turn. I just feel like because Whirlwind's at 1, this card should go to 1. I'm the type of person that looks at a card and says, okay, well, if this card's at 1, a similar card is at whatever. So yeah, that's that. And the last card is Goyo Guardian. Now, I picked this card for a few reasons. So hear me out, because I know some people don't like Goyo, but at the same time, a lot of people love this card. Now, when this card was banned, I honestly felt like they should have banned Brionac, not Goyo Guardian. So they should have swapped those two. And a lot of people will agree with me on that statement. So now they are starting to make synchros again. So I feel like that would be a sort of move that kind of get people back in the groove of things, you know, get people excited for synchro summons again. Because let's be honest, the card is powerful. Now, would it be absolutely uber broken? I'm not too sure on that. But also, every ban list, we've always gotten a banned card back. So I look at the cards that are currently banned, and I'm not seeing a lot that could come back. Something that could possibly do good for the game. Now, we finally got Tsukiyomi back this past ban list. The other cards I could see coming back is Trab Infecting Virus, Magician of Faith, or possibly even Dark Magician of Chaos. D-Monk is a real big stretch, but, you know, looking at all the banned cards, I feel like Goyo has a decent shot at coming back. The card's not like crazy powerful because, you know, let's be honest, Exceeds have pretty much taken over the synchro summoning's place in the extra deck. So I just feel like this will give players some more versatility. So that's my limited list for you. As I said, please leave comments down below. Let me know what you think of my moves. Please be sure to watch my semi-limited, I have no idea what the hell I just said before semi-limited, unrestricted. I'm gonna have my banned section probably this weekend, so just be sure to look at all of the videos and, you know, just let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.